Yo, what's up, everybody? Welcome to another VPN chat. I am here with actress, singer, Janika L. Ivey. How you doing today?
I'm great. How are you?
I'm doing good. Thank you so much for having me here in your lovely home. We are in the white room. Y'all can't really see everything, but it's literally the white room. White carpet. She got white and silver pillows. A little dash of red, obviously. But yeah. So thank you for having me here in your lovely home.
Thank you for showing up. You know, because that's what men usually don't do that in my world. Just saying.
My lord. Yeah, this gonna be fun. This gonna be a fun one. So let's get started with your beginning. I introduced you, actress, singer. What inspired you, or what was your reasoning for wanting to get into arts? Like, why did you want to be an actress? Why did you want to be a singer?
It started at 6 years old when I was in the kindergarten. My first role was a raindrop, and I still remember that, and I really wanted to get into theater. So once we moved to Connecticut, because this was in Warrenton, Georgia, I moved to Connecticut with my mom to go stay with my grandma. And the first production that I had ever seen was Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs. And after the show, I was able to go back, and I didn't even want to meet Snow White. I wanted to meet the witch, because I was just like, that's the chick that ruled the whole stage.
Mm-hmm.
So I was just really intrigued by her. She had on her robe. You know how the actresses, they have on the silk robes, and her hair was pulled back, and she looked like Wonder Woman. She was gorgeous. And I was just like, that's what I want to do. And then my first grade class took me in my class to go see Charlie Brown. And I sat in the front row, and on stage, it was just lights, camera, just everybody just doing their thing, and I wanted to do that. I've always wanted to do it.
Nice. I didn't get to congratulate you in person because it was such a busy night for you and everybody else. But congratulations on your role on Dreamgirls with the Augusta Players.
Thank you.
You played Dina.
Mm-hmm.
So again, I didn't get to congratulate you in person. And me and my sister, we came. And we were just blown away by you guys' performance. So I wanted to, since I'm here, I mean, I've seen you since then, but since we're on camera now, I wanted to congratulate you in person on your performance. So good job.
Thank you. I spent, once I found out that they were going to have auditions, I spent 9 months just learning the musical, everything, the men's part, my part, that I was going to audition for, because I knew that I wanted to go in and audition for Dina. But how I did it, when I went in for my auditions, I auditioned with the Effie song, because she's the most powerful singer in the entire musical. So I was just like, if I can pull them with an Effie song, I Am Changing. I said, if I can pull them with that, knowing that I'm auditioning for Dina because she wasn't the strongest singer, I was just like, I can pull that off. But I studied the musical, studied Cheryl Lee Raff, who played Dina, Loretta Devine, Jennifer Holliday, and I was just like, that's who I focused on for 9 months. My kids got so tired of me listening to that musical. They did, because I found it on Amazon, honey, and every morning, they was just like, Lord, you know what, it's time to go to school, because we're going to leave her here by herself. So that was a fun audition. I was nervous. I was the first person there. I got to the audition probably about an hour and a half before the people who auditioned us got there. I got there, but I was the second person to audition, even though I was the first, because I drank so much tea like a couple of hours before that I was just like, you know what, can I go to the restroom? And I actually got in there, brought a big speaker, because you have to have an accompaniment. So I was just like, you know what? I don't care. I'm getting ready to bring my instrumental. I'm getting ready to bring my speaker. And that's what I did. They were just like, I said, give me 60 seconds. When I walked in, I said, give me 60 seconds. I pulled out my big speaker. I did the U. I had all my equipment. I had a long orange extension cord. I said, just give me 60 seconds. So I just wanted to go in over prepared, because it's a lot of talent. It's a lot of gifted singers in Augusta. So I knew, just with me trying to come back to the stage after a 13-year hiatus, just not being on it, I was just like, I got to go the extra mile in order to get this role if I'm going to get it.
Mm-hmm. Well, you got it.
Thank you.
And you
Yes.
and you did it. So again, congratulations on that. So let's get into we first met. Speaking of Dream Girls, one of your castmates, Chantel Wheeler. That's how we met. She was doing her music video, "Don't Let Go," and you were acting. I mean, you are a singer, but you were acting as a background singer for the video, so you weren't really singing.
Yeah.
But that was our first time meeting, and I remember you were. Of course, I'm all over the place trying to get everything together, but like you were just so like I remember you like staring at me.
Cause I stalked you, man. You got to stalk. Listen, you got to stalk them, y'all. That's what I did. I sure did. I said I knew who Carlton Clay was. He didn't know who I was.
She said that she was like, I know who Carlton Clay is. I just felt like she was like,
I'm gonna stalk a man. I'm gonna tell you, he was not the exception to the rule, baby. I'm gonna tell you. I put him right on in there.
Janika was like, I just felt like I was like, Janika, like she is looking at like I was just getting cameras together. I was like, talking to Chantel about what she wanted, her vision and everything. I was like, this woman is just looking at me the entire time.
I was starstruck because I had seen the Lyons Den. I had seen your projects. And I was just like, this is good. I'm going to work with him. I don't know in what capacity, but I want to work with him. I put that out in the atmosphere.
Okay.
Period.
Okay.
And so that's why I'm just like, first little step. It's just baby steps. That's why I'm looking. I said, baby, you don't even know what I instead of him manifesting on you. That's what that was.
And speaking of the Lyons Den, you were on the Lyons Den.
Yes.
I asked you to play. What was your character's name?
I don't know, but I ran down the road.
I know you ran down the road. You know, when I do these VPN chats, it's like there's so many characters, and I be like, who did you play again?
The woman running down the road.
The woman running down the sidewalk.
I went and got me a whole new gym. I don't even go to the gym, y'all. I went on and got me a whole new outfit to run down the road.
We're not gonna do this. We're gonna let's find this name because I need to make. I think it's Natasha.
I think it's
Natasha, the Lyons Den.
Yes.
Well, anyway, you played Natasha. You find Jay Sean, which is my character. He had just got shot, and you find it was Natasha Gilchrist
in the alleyway.
You find him in the alleyway. So like how season 6 ended was he got shot. He was there. I presume he was unalive. But come to find out he wasn't unalive. So your character, Natasha, is the one, she was running, and she heard the gunshot. And unlike most people, instead of running away from it, she ran to it.
I just thought about that.
She ran to it.
Heard the gunshot and ran. I said, wait a minute. We thought about that at the same time. I just ran to nosy.
Just nosy. She ran to it. And then so she runs to it. She sees Jay Sean, and she's the one that she called 911. She's the reason why he's alive. I'll talk about your when you first got the script for that part, because again you were in season 7, and then we'll get into the other things. But like I said, talk about when you first got the script for that.
I was really happy when I got that script, and it was crazy because I was married at the time. Y'all don't know, I was married for 5 minutes.
You were getting ready to. I remember you was getting. Actually, you were preparing. You talk about your wedding. You were getting ready to get married. Like it literally was like. You weren't married yet.
Oh, I wasn't.
You
should have talked me out of it when something.
Because I remember you was talking about your bridesmaids. I remember we was on set and you was talking about something about going on with your bridesmaids.
I didn't even know it was before.
Yeah, it was before. You were not married
that's
yet.
That's why I was moving. I was shacking. That's what I was doing. I was shacking, and in Lawrence. No, I was in Snellville. And once I got the script, I was just like, I don't care. I got my clothes and everything. So I was really excited just about that. I didn't know what it was going to lead to. I was really nervous, though. Okay. I was really nervous. So I was really grateful because I'm always grateful for anybody to pick me for anything because, like I said, it's a lot of gifted and talented people. So for you to call me up and, send me this script, I'm like, let's do it. I didn't care, honey.
Yes. And it was, like I said, it was fun. I enjoyed your performance of the character. You gave such a soft subtleness to Natasha. Even though Sean was giving her a hard time at the very beginning, because of course he just got shot, found out he's probably gonna be paralyzed and everything. But like the way you portrayed that character, what decision did you make when it came to Natasha? Like as far as how you wanted her to be portrayed. Because I pretty much give y'all freedom unless it's like I want something specific. But for the most part, I let y'all kind of just do what you do.
Well, first, I honestly didn't know where to go with her.
Okay.
But once I read it, I think I was so excited that you had picked me for something. I was just like, at least learn the lines and just go with the flow with the action. Learn the line. You know what I'm saying? Follow direction, because I didn't want to mess that up. So I didn't want to go overboard. It's not like the other characters that I've had since then where I can just go in there and just show out.
Right.
I really wanted to just be careful. And that's probably where the subtleness comes in, because I'm so far from that in real life. So that was I was walking on a tightrope, and I didn't want to fall. So I just wanted to make sure that I did everything right.
I didn't know that. I thought that was the character choice that you made.
Honey, it was a grateful that I was on the show choice. And I just wanted to make sure. I just really just wanted to make sure that I did right.
Got you. Well, of course, you took a brief hiatus from the road because you did get married. You did have a baby. And I remember when, because you were like, you were on bed rest at one point, right? Yeah. So I was like, Janika, you can't do it. I was like, I remember you were going to try. And I said, no, Janika, baby comes first. Yeah. And I said, you cannot. We're going to do something a little different. Yeah. And, we'll figure it out from there. But you eventually came back. You came back for the final episode of the Lyons Den. We had another actress play the part, but then you came back and played on the last episode, which I was really excited about. I really wanted you to finish it out with us. So Natasha got married to Jay Sean. That little backyard wedding that old boy tried to mess up with his little proposal. I was like, no, sir, you would not do it. That was so fun for me. I loved, because first of all, that's me and Kim had this conversation all the time. That's a pet peeve of mine in real life. For both of us. I don't like for people to try to steal people's moments. Like, I agree. I feel like if you wanna propose to your person,
you could have did that Wednesday. Don't wait till Saturday.
I heard that.
When I'm sitting up here doing my thing with my man.
Or if you want to be a date stealer, go do it in your car. Don't do it at my event. Go do it go do it afterwards when y'all at home.
That's right, because I didn't pay the photographer to start getting photos of you with I didn't do that.
Right.
The photographer is for us.
Right.
He done charged us a lot. It ain't for you. That's how I feel about it. So I agree. I totally agree with that.
Yeah, but that scene was fun. That was fun. I think that was it was, again, as when you're directing, we'll get into it when we talk about Very Merry New Year, of course. But of course, I'm the director and I'm acting at the same time, and I'm producing, and doing camera, and just trying to make sure everything was good. But in the moment, even when I go back and watch it, that was fun. I enjoyed that moment.
And fun fact, I used my wedding dress that I had gotten married in. I told Carlton, I said,
Because you get ready to get rid of it. You get ready to get rid of it.
I had put it on Facebook. It probably still is. I had put it on Facebook Marketplace. I said, the caption said, wore once by accident. It was something like that. And I was just like, Carlton, do I need to keep this? I don't know why I asked you that. I said, Carlton, do I need to keep this wedding dress? Because it's about to bounce. I'm going to save it for my daughter. No, it's plenty of stores and boutiques out there. If my daughters want to get married one day. But absolutely not. And he was just like, keep it. And I kept, it's still in there. You want it. You can have it. Don't matter with me, baby. Life has gone on, child.
Not do I want it.
I donated to. Listen, it's a size 6 or 8, y'all. Somebody can wear it.
If I was still in production right now, I would happily take it.
Yeah,
because I'm sure we will be writing more wedding scenes. But as of right now, I'm good. Like I ain't got no room for no extra props. I literally when I said I'm stepping away. I got rid of a lot of stuff.
I hated that. I'm still torn.
I'm sorry. I want a funny moment too when we shot the tub scene, and we both were struggling to fit. Cause I'm a big 'em, so
he's not that big, y'all.
Okay, she being nice. She being nice.
That was a garden tub. We fit in there perfectly. We maneuvered. Y'all know how y'all be maneuvering.
Okay, I can say now that I've been working out. Okay, yeah, sure, but no, then that big gut was trying to.
We had water to cover it. He couldn't even see it.
No, didn't the water go over?
We took some out,
That's
Carlton.
okay. I can't remember. I felt like we got in the water kind of.
We took.
Maybe I'm thinking
out.
about another scene. I might be thinking about another
Get
scene.
your women together. Get your cats in. But our scene, I don't know about them in them, but our scene was fine.
It was cool. It was good. We ad libbed that. Because like I said, it was just literally the script literally said they're in the tub.
Yeah.
And they're enjoying after getting married, something like that. And she was fussing at me about something. I think my ring was slipping off. You kept saying, "Don't take that ring off."
Don't take it off. So I have a thing about that. If I'm your woman, if I'm your wife, don't take your ring off. Don't play with me like that. And so even in character, keep your ring on.
She was not playing with
right.
me at all. What do you think Jay Sean and Natasha are doing right now?
They are probably on their 4th kid.
Okay.
Because things get like that sometimes. And they're just working, living their best life,
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. 4 kids. Wow, that's interesting.
Yeah. You gotta have 4. You have to have an even number so somebody can always have somebody to ride with on the rides at the carnival.
That's an interesting thought. I never thought about it that way. Okay. Interesting. Alrighty. Moving on. Okay, let's talk about SistAhood because and you did SistAhood before we did the final season of the Lyons Den. But that's when you really took the hiatus. It was like you was married, had the baby, dealing with life, and I remember I was writing season 3 of Brotherhood, and I said I'm going to introduce this Jordyn character in season 3, and I could not think of anybody else to play this part but Janika. And I remember you saying that you was kind of like, you need to basically get yourself together. And I remember you kind of was like, you stepping away for a second. But I was like...
But you still gave me the script, though.
I know. I said, I'm going to take a chance. I said, I'm going to reach out to Janika and see if she'll do this. Because I really like, literally was like, nah, this is Janika. Like, I need Janika to play this part.
I appreciate that.
So we introduced Jordyn in the middle of season 3. She served in the military with Alex and Quincy. So I want you to talk about Jordyn, and then we'll go into SistAhood. Because for people, again, I have to explain this. SistAhood is a spinoff of Brotherhood. Yeah. So I implore you to watch Brotherhood first, and then watch SistAhood, so that way you can kind of really get the whole cinematic universe. We got a cinematic universe. We got Brotherhood and SistAhood all together.
Yeah. I really, I was a fan of Brotherhood. I had watched all 3 seasons before you had gotten into the 4th. I had already watched those 3 seasons 3 times a piece. Just back to back to back. I did season 1, did it 3 times. Season 2, 3 times. I just loved it. So when Carlton gave me the opportunity, once he sent me the script, I was still in Snellville. I think I had just had the baby, or either I was pregnant. But anyway, once we did the shooting of SistAhood, I think I had just gotten divorced. And I'm going to tell you something. I was still grieving from my divorce when I came back. Royal she wasn't even 2 years old at that time. And I wanted to do it, but I did not want to do it. Once I pulled up, once we first went to the first set with Shay and everything, the abuse scene. Okay. So
you going into SistAhood now?
Yes.
Okay.
So I just didn't. I did not. I remember getting in the car. I said, I don't want to do this. And I don't know why I was so triggered and so sad that day. But I was so glad that I stuck with it. But I was really, really honored that you at least kept thinking about me, because, like I said before, it's a lot of people out there that could have did that part in my eyes. And I was just really glad once you were just like, listen, I'm going to do a spinoff of Brotherhood, but I need to introduce you as Jordyn. I was so nervous. I'm going to tell you, I had read that script, but it was 2 pages that I didn't read, and it was 2 pages of a love scene. I thought I just had to kiss somebody. I did. So I'm going to tell you, I done set up here, the guy had to kiss Donald Ross Jr. I remember, because I didn't know him. I went into his DMs. I said, "Hey, my name is Janika Ivey, and I got a role from Carlton, and we're supposed to have a kissing scene, and I haven't really done that except for with you."
Mm-hmm.
And I was just like, I just wanted to just make sure. I just want to know if you want us to just meet or something, so we won't be awkward. And he was like, "Okay, yeah." So we met, talked about it, and so when we were talking, he said something to the effect of, "So tell me what you're not comfortable with, because I don't want to make you uncomfortable during this love scene." I said, "What you talking about? All we doing is kissing." He said, "No, we got a love scene." I said, "What page is that?" It was page 9 and 10. I was just like, "Are you kidding me?" So, I was just like, I don't know if I can, and I don't know if I can. He said, "Listen, I'm gonna be there. It'll be fine.
Mm-hmm.
It'll be fine." And honestly, that day, I don't even have sweaty palms. My palms were sweating, and I was such a nervous wreck. But we got through it. We got through it. That's one thing that I can say that Carlton does do. He tries to make you feel comfortable. And but that right there, I just knew that I really have to pay attention to my scripts. Cause baby, I didn't know I had to take it off for him, child. Something new here, so yeah.
I that's funny. I enjoyed writing Jordyn's character. I enjoyed. First of all, I was excited because this was my first time doing a spinoff. I've like actually doing a spinoff and actually completing it. Because I've had spinoff ideas before. I've had spinoff ideas before of other shows that I wanted to do, and we never were able to go to the next step with it. But this is the first time. Okay, we're really doing another show, spinoff of a different show, and I was really excited about it. So Jordyn was important. Jordyn was definitely vital to make sure that the story moved forward. And so I'm glad that you did it, and I'm glad that you did it, and I'm glad that everything worked out. For people who have worked with me before, of course, we have a very professional set, and we want to make sure everybody's as comfortable as possible, so that we can get the job and the task done. And I've talked about this with other actors before. These scenes that y'all be seeing, they are not sexy at all.
Absolutely,
they're not. They're actually the hardest scenes to shoot, just because, again, I know, like I said, y'all have to get to a comfortability so that way y'all can actually pull off the illusion of it all. But speaking for me, as a person that's doing the camera, I'm all trying to get all these different angles, trying to make sure that things ain't being seen. You know, again, shooting it in a way to where it does look real, but it's obviously not. So it's uncomfortable for everybody in the room. So it's like it's a lot of mechanics that go into these type of scenes. But anyway,
that's the truth.
Yeah. So with Jordyn, again, she's on Brotherhood first, the last 3 episodes of season 3. Then we transition to SistAhood. She is driving away from Alex after they done did the do, and she is on her way to Augusta.
Did a whole drive-by on the
but back to Brother, like I said, I really liked how, again, just the introduction. I'm talking as a viewer, because Brotherhood is actually my favorite VPN series. And I actually watched it recently, and just the introduction of when Frank's character served with y'all too, and so Frank's character calls Jordyn, is like, "Hey, we missed you at the funeral. You weren't there." She's like, "I just couldn't do it," and she's running away. She's running away from something, and I love that we don't really find out what she's running away from until SistAhood 2. So I love how all of that I'm excited as a viewer, because how all of it unfolded. And I'm excited when I wrote it. I was like, yeah, this is gonna be good. I'm gonna do this, plant this here, the reveal here later, da da da. So we're going to SistAhood. SistAhood started off as a series originally. I want you to talk about, from your perspective, Jordyn's transition from Brotherhood to SistAhood, because I've heard from a lot of people that Jordyn is a lot meaner on SistAhood than she was on Brotherhood. And I'm gonna be honest with you, Janika, I saw it too. When I watched it like a couple of times, I was like, yeah, Jordyn kind of mean. So she's kind of mean to her female friends versus her male friends. So from Janika's perspective, is Jordyn mean?
I think that Jordyn is not mean. She means business.
Okay.
When it comes to the guys, you're a little man, honey. So I think that's the only time that she would probably show her most softer side
Mm.
with a guy. But with her friends, I just think that she just meant business. She was just no nonsense. If she saw something that was happening, just like with her friend Dawn, she was just like, "No, we're not gonna sit up here and play tiddlywinks with him. We getting ready to go ahead and knock him off if he needs to be." So I think that she just had a situation. She had a bunch of friends that she cared about that she just didn't play about, but she didn't play with them. That should she have been softer and kinder? Probably.
Okay.
You know, with
It's all about
Sugar-
delivery.
Yeah, absolutely. And I feel like that in real life. You know what I'm saying? How Jordyn presented herself to her friends, Janika would never do that. You know what I'm saying? But I just don't. I think she was more meaner in SistAhood too. Absolutely. As opposed to one.
Okay.
Yeah.
For people who don't know, like I said, again, SistAhood originally started off as a series, and it was the first one, the movie that y'all see, the first one's it was intended as a series. And then with the second one, it was intended as a film because we already had the first one as a whatever. So honestly, how everything was supposed to move, SistAhood honestly would have went as long as Brotherhood, as far if it would continue as a series, because we did 20 episodes of Brotherhood, so SistAhood would have probably did 20 as well, just to even it out. But of course, when Maverick was interested in making SistAhood a film, I was like, okay, we gotta do something a little different. So Jordyn and Maurice.
Oh.
And this whole triangle, Jordyn, Maurice, Alex. Janika speaking, where is Jordyn's heart? Like, is she with Maurice, or is it with Alex?
Jordyn's heart is with Maurice.
Okay.
She just don't know how to treat him.
Okay.
You know, she just not ready for that. She's not ready to let the rest of that go in order to be the woman that Maurice needs. So, but her heart is with him romantically, as opposed to with Alex.
Got
That's
you.
what I think.
Do you think Jordyn played with Alex?
Yeah, she had a good time with him. You know what I'm saying? He was there. I mean, yeah, he was there. But I mean, you can look at the movies. I mean, you got two hot guys. She wasn't gonna turn him down. And then because they had been through so much together in the military.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So they already had this homie friend relationship in terms of they were buddies. But then they just took it to another level and Alex
got more feelings.
Yeah, he got a little bit more caught up. But I mean, Jordyn was that chick, so I don't blame him. You know what I'm saying? But Maurice was where it was. You know, she was willing to put everything on the line at this point in order to marry him. That's where her heart was. She just didn't know how to. She just didn't know how to be in a relationship.
Did you try to guess what Jordyn was running away from? Because a lot of y'all actors like to try to guess what's going on with y'all characters. So did you have an inkling of like maybe what Jordyn was running away from?
I had no idea.
Okay.
I had no idea. You wouldn't tell me.
Nope.
I had text him, and I'm like, "What you saying? You don't have to tell them. Tell me." And he was like, "Nope, you're gonna have to wait until the script come out." So no, I had no idea about anything.
Okay. I'm gonna be honest with you. I didn't know what Jordyn was running away from either. I didn't know. I had no idea. I just knew I set it up. It's in Brotherhood season 3 that she was running away from something or somebody, and I was like, okay, we're gonna figure it out as we go. At the end of SistAhood, Jordyn says the name Camille, and I honestly had no idea who Camille was going to be. Originally, I was gonna have Camille be Maurice's sister. But then that wouldn't have made any sense because then he would be like, because he says, "Who the F is Camille?"
Right.
He would be like, duh, that's his sister. So he would have known that. So I was like, okay, who is Camille? She was running away from something in D.C. When she got called that phone call. Camille lives in D.C. That's what we're gonna do. That's how we're gonna tie all this all together. Because again, I knew we were gonna. At this point, I knew we were ending this whole universe with Sisterhood 2. I knew Sisterhood 2 was gonna be the end. So I said we have to tie up everything, even with Brotherhood. We got to tie up everything so it's all in a nice little neat bow. So I said we go. Of course, we got to reveal who Camille is. That was a big cliffhanger, and that's where we are. So that's a little tidbit, little information for you guys. Because I
didn't know. People asking me who was Camille. So they didn't ask me who was. They said, "Who is Camille?" That was the question. And I said, "I don't know who Camille is. I don't know."
Yeah.
He won't. I said he won't tell me. He will not tell me. I said I done been in several projects with this man around by now. Tell me something. He would not. He kept that on. He kept that T on the DL. And I was very disappointed because I didn't know.
we shot actually. So some of the scenes in Sisterhood 2 we shot. So that scene, the continuation of Maurice and Jordyn's scene, we shot that during when we were shooting in Sisterhood as a series. There's a brief flashback when Jordyn is talking to the police officer. That flashback when Jordyn gave Dawn the gun, we shot that during season 1 too. So I was like, I be thinking, I like to think ahead. Like, okay, what am I going to need for later, just in case I can't get them in the same outfits and the same hair. So
it's a genius. That's why we be wanting him to do more stuff. He's like, no, I have to take a break. So I'm like, okay. Selfish self.
Oh Lord. So we shot those two things. We shot that beforehand. So also before we get into Sisterhood 2, Jordyn's relationship with Jasmine, her sister. Talk about that, because that relationship is very tumultuous, and we actually found out in Sisterhood 2 like a lot of where the contention is. So talk about from Janika's perspective, Jordyn and Jasmine's relationship.
It was that was a train wreck because they could never get it together, and you really did not know why Jordyn was so. She just didn't believe in what Jaslyn was doing, and it was ironic because of the way that the Jaslyn's character was played by Chantel Willard. That's literally like in like real life. That's my little sister for real. You know, that's like my little sister. I love her so much, and I just felt that Jordyn gave her a hard time. Like, she was out of town, and then she come back in town and just like wrecking dreams, you know. And just as an artist, in terms of the arts, movies, just singing, I felt for Jaslyn, because that's hard in itself, trying to make a dream come true. And then you have your sister who done been God knows where. You don't know where Jordyn was. You know, where was she in D.C.? She was all over the place.
She was all over the place.
She ain't had no kids. She can be all over the place. You know what I'm saying? And then she come back in town and just shoots her sister's dreams down. So I just thought it was kind of foul of her. You know.
They have like I said, they have a very contentious relationship, and I think we explained in Sisterhood 2 where Jordyn took on that mother role because their mom died, and y'all's father put you like said, hey, and that's what sometimes happens when you're the oldest sibling. Like sometimes, and some parents don't mean to do that, but it's like, especially if you are a single parent, you kind of put that. You need some help, and you kind of put that responsibility onto the oldest child. You know, so I think that's what that was with Jordyn and Jasmine's relationship, and not even just with single parents. I mean, it happens with two parent households too. Because like I'm the oldest child, and not saying that my parents made me feel like I was a parent, but it's just something about being the oldest. You kind of just still, it's like it's in you to like take on that responsibility to look after your younger siblings.
Right.
So I can understand. Again, with Jordyn, I think Jordyn has good intentions, but her delivery is bad. Like she has bad. Like her delivery is horrible. She has no couth, like none.
None whatsoever. Absolutely not.
So I just think that's what it is. I think Jordyn. I'm gonna still stick. I think Jordyn's mean, but I think she loves her people. Again, but her delivery is just.
And that's
so horrible.
That was the beauty in playing her, because Janika is so far from that. I really try to think about, if I have to tell someone something, let me see how I can present this so they won't get offended, or I can present this so with as much love as I can. Jordyn didn't give a damn.
She did not.
She like, you know what? This is what it is. You know, and if you came to a fight with Jordyn, you better not bring a knife, because she gonna bring an AK-47. She gonna come. It's gloves off
Every time.
Period.
That scene between Chantel and SistAhood too. Y'all, first of all, y'all acted y'all butts off with that scene, but that scene is really hard to watch.
That scene was hard to do.
Okay.
Honestly, it was crazy because once I went back and watched it the second time, when I had my premiere. To see it with you was one thing. To see it with you and Kendra and Shay, and we're by ourselves, because this is what we do. You know, we're artists. We look at stuff different. But to see it with the people that I was with, just the viewers, and they were like, that was like ripping me. That was rip. They was tearing me up. You done told her that. It was just like da 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 da. I loved it, but it was just like, because I was sitting there like, you know, because I'm sitting in the front and everybody else is sitting behind me, and they're hearing me tell my sister all this stuff. Our mom, blah, blah, blah. And this thing, you know, you heard them, it was some older ladies that I didn't know they had come, you know, because the host, my friend Treva let me host it at her house. Okay. So her friends came, and then you heard it, oh my gosh, you know, so... It was really hard to do, but once, you know, Chantel and I did it, after I said all that, I felt bad because I love Chantel in real life.
You did. I remember you saying after we finished it, you felt hard. You said, I feel so bad. And you gave her a hug.
That makes me want to cry to think about it, because I love her so much. That's my baby. You know, that's my friend. You know, she always, anything that I've done, like outside of this for years, like I did a show in Atlanta, an improv show. She came. Shay came. Shay brought her mom. You know, just, I love them for real in real life.
I want to talk about a rival, because you have a good relationship with this actress as well, Keisha Rose. I think one of the best rivals in VPN history is definitely Jordyn and Layla Michelle. Y'all, it's like, again, I know how much y'all love each other in real life, but it's so funny seeing y'all, because y'all are enemies in the movies. Y'all hate each other. Why does Jordyn hate Layla Michelle? Like, what is the problem? Like what's the issue?
Jealous.
Okay.
He moved on.
Okay.
With somebody, even though Jordyn did Maurice wrong.
That we find out that, like, it's a lot of stuff we find out in SistAhood too.
Honey.
It's a lot of stuff that Jordyn is the problem.
Jordyn is the problem.
Jordyn is the problem.
That,
so, but I'm gonna let you go ahead and continue.
So, jealous. That's all it was. Jealous and petty. Because in SistAhood 1, they talk about the ring. You know, and she brought out, that's the ring that he gave me, and she knew he had moved on. And just in real life circumstances, when you moving on from somebody, it's hard to finally get them out your system. And like when Maurice talked to Jordyn, it was just like, I finally got over you. And then you come back and like basically wreck my whole world. Right. Jordyn just wanted the win when it just came to Layla Michelle. She wanted the win. Period. It wasn't even about Maurice at this time. It's woman to woman, Shirley Brown and Barbara. It's time to go ahead and it's gloves off.
That's a good point. That's a very good point.
Because women petty like that. You know, you can say that you're not, but everybody got that pettiness in them. Everybody's capable. If you're a woman, you are capable. You might not do it, but you are capable. It's the point of whether you're going to make that choice to go left or right. You know what I'm saying? You can take a hard left and do what Jordyn did. Because it's something about hurting another woman. And that's what, when I played that role of Jordyn, I was just like, it's something about hurting her. And Keisha and I actually talked about that. Okay. She will be like on the phone, once she read the script, she like, come for me. And I said, I need for you to come for me. So that was our intention, to really make it believable, and to really just talk about women in real life. You know, women will sit up here and tell you to shreds and won't think nothing about it. And that's what Jordyn did. She wanted to do.
Well, y'all definitely brought that to life, because like I said, it was just it was a lot of back and forth. I think in SistAhood 2, when Layla Michelle was basically just laying it all out at the party. First of all, that was a long night. First of all, that was a long night. But when I edited it all together and watched it, like such a good scene. Like it was just a good scene. All the emotions and feelings. What was funny? Shout out to my guy Jamarius. What was funny because everyone was like Jamarius, his face and expressions when stuff was happening.
He was so disgusted.
He was so disgusted.
He was so disgusted.
So disgusted. Maurice was pissed. And then was like, my sister was like, why is he even there? Like, why?
That's what he looked like. He was saying, why am I even here, man?
Right.
What is this?
Right.
Shout outs to Jamarius.
Yes.
We love you.
What I want Jordyn's relationship with Maya.
Oh,
a beautiful relationship.
To think about those things. I really enjoyed working with her during those things.
Shout out to Tina.
Shout out to Tina.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I want to shout out to the whole cast. Let's do a shout. Shout out to Shataria. Shout out to Risha. Shout out to Sa Jules. Shout out to Bird.
Yeah.
Shout out to Keisha. We are talking Keisha Rose, Chantel. Am I missing somebody? That's that Risha?
Yes.
Okay.
And Tina. Yeah.
Tina. I did. Okay, so that's all the main. That's all the main. I hate doing shout outs because they're like, dang, did I miss somebody? You got a whole poster right here. I could have just. Ayana. Shout out to her, definitely. And then Edrika, she played Camille. So she was new in SistAhood too. So yeah, just shout out to everybody that was a part. All the ladies did an excellent job. Shout out to all the guys too. All the guys did an amazing job as well. But you ladies really definitely carried the torch.
Yeah, and it helps when I'm just speaking for myself, when I like and love everybody that I'm working with. I try to really make it, even if I have not established some type of relationship in the beginning, if I don't know them. Like I really didn't know Sa Jules, but that's like my girl now. You know what I'm saying? Keisha Rose, I met her the first day of SistAhood 1 when we were in the park.
Right.
And I try to really make friends. That's just what I do. So I really just loved them for real.
That's nice.
So it was really easy for me to deliver what I delivered for them because I meant it.
I love that. That's good. When you found out, when you read the script and you found out that Jordyn slept with Maurice's sister.
Child, honey.
Because again, we had to give a reason to why did Jordyn leave Maurice at the altar? Or like, why did they not get married? So, of course, Jordyn had messed around with Maurice's sister the day of the wedding. And I guess Jordyn has some type of conscience. She's like, I can't even go through with this. I think because Jordyn actually got caught because Dawn saw them.
Yeah.
Because I think if Dawn didn't see it, I think Jordyn would have went through with it.
I think so too. Absolutely.
So you're saying Jordyn would have been as a married woman. Jordyn would have continued messing with her husband's sister.
Damn straight.
Wow.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Wow. Jordyn gonna get it regardless. She don't care who man, woman, don't care. I'm gonna get mine. Not the big K bounce.
Yeah. You got fine Maurice at the altar. I mean, he's fine. He got the muscle. He done came. He done pumped before you come to set. Yeah, I'm gonna marry him. Yes.
Speaking of,
yes.
I did something. I made Jamarius do something that repulses Janika. I said, no, Jamarius, do it. And it honestly makes no sense in the scene. There's no reason for him to do it, but I said do it because it makes her upset. So when on the first SistAhood, when Jordyn and Maurice run into each other again, there's a scene where Maurice pumps his chest muscles, his testicles.
I can't stand that.
Janika personally cannot stand that,
it.
and she said that, and I said, you know what?
Before we shot it,
I
cannot stand for somebody to do the. I can't. I don't care how fine you are. If you want to turn me off, jump your pectoral.
What about it turns you off?
It just looks corny to me. I don't like it.
Got you. So in that instance, I said, since Janika doesn't like it, Jordyn's gonna like it. So I want you to do it, Jamarius. I want you to make your chest jump. So
he did. You don't miss me. I'm saying, child, no. Absolutely not, child.
Oh gosh.
I don't miss that right there. I may miss that, but I don't miss that. Yeah,
Oh,
child.
that's hilarious. Okay, so moving on to the next project, A Very Merry New Year. You played Mary in this film. Once again, I wrote the script,
Right.
and I, in my head, knew how I wanted to be in it. I knew you, Nelson, Kevin, Nicole, Kiara, and Shataria. I said for sure I want them to be a part of this group of friends, and I knew that I either wanted you to play Mary or I wanted you to play Shay's part. It was either one of those. And I know Shay wanted to do something a little different because again so I was like, okay, I'll have you play Nelson's wife and we'll have Janika play Mary. So talk about that. Talk about when you got that script and you dove into that.
That was something totally different. So you see right now I play too much. So with Mary's character, she was really refined. She was really about business. Janika ain't like that. That's probably why I'm in the arts, because I get to play a lot. And just with her character, she went through so much, and she went through stuff even though she had these best friends. She went through stuff by herself. And it took me back to a friend of mine many years ago, and she got a diagnosis, and she told me for 6 years she went through that by herself. And I remember her telling me this on FaceTime, and I just started crying. You went through that by yourself? So to get that script and to see that she's really just trying to make everything really festive for her friends, but yet keeping this secret, going through that by herself, while trying to run a multi-million-dollar corporation, was hard for me, because nobody should have to go through any type of sickness by themselves without some type of support. And I just felt that, I guess she didn't want to be a burden. I was looking at, when I was reading, I said she don't want to be a burden to them. She don't want people feeling sorry for her. But sometimes you still just need that support. So just to get that script, I liked that change. I really did.
It was definitely obviously the polar opposite of Jordyn.
Absolutely.
Polar opposite. But like I said, you did an amazing job with that part, leading this cast. We shot this. We actually went to Tennessee and shot this.
I want to go back. We had such a good time.
And this is where, when I was talking about the lines, this is what was getting to the whole, you have fun on set, but at the same time, it's a lot of stuff going on. So I know y'all had a good time.
He was shooting,
but I was
7 days straight.
I was doing a whole lot of stuff. So I enjoyed the experience of it all, but I didn't really have as much fun as y'all did, because I had on the director hat, I had on the producer hat to make sure we got all this, because we only had this spot for a limited amount of time. So I had to make sure we got everything shot in this space. So I was like, we got it. I had to make sure everything was getting done. So, like I said, I enjoyed the experience of it, but like I said, I'm like you. I want to go to a cabin and not work,
yeah,
and not actually enjoy the people that enjoy the festive. I want to have as much fun as y'all have, because again, after we got done filming, y'all go do what y'all do or whatever, and then I'm getting ready for the next day, just doing different stuff, trying to get some type of sleep if possible, having to dump tapes and all this other stuff. So it was just a lot going on, but
he pulled it off though, people. He pulled it off like always.
Even after the scare, yeah, that was.
It was an adventure.
If you want to call it that. Okay, so that, and I talked about this. We talked about this.
Yeah.
I talked about this with Kiara. That night we wrapped. We finished. Before we do that, there's a scene when Mary has passed. Janika is actually laughing Because then somebody push on your stomach.
I was okay. The first time we did, because we ran that scene probably about a good 4 times.
Yeah. Right? We did it 4 times.
The first time I started laughing the second time because Shay tickled me on the stomach and made me laugh. But the first time I cried because, you know, if you look at the movie, Carlton takes all the sound out and puts on like music.
Yeah.
But as you're shooting and you're hearing your friends,
the
wails, I'm sitting up there, laying up there, you know,
trying to be as still as possible.
Trying to be as still. And I remember a tear coming out of my eye. He said, "Cut, can't be crying." You know what I'm saying? But I heard them, the guys, like Nelson, everybody was just really going in on their part, and I was just, I sat up, I said, that makes me sad to hear them cry.
You did.
I said, that makes me sad, you know, because I'm a crier. I cry about, you know, I'm Oprah, just cry. And I heard my friends in pain, and I lost character. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm listening to them. So the next time when we shot, they did the same thing, but Shay tickled me on the stomach to, you know, keep it together, you know. And I said, who tickled me on the stomach? You know? Supposed to be crying and you tickling. So
that's funny.
So I really enjoyed being with y'all that whole time. I did not want to go back outside of the episode that we had. Carlton got sick.
I got sick. So what happened was, again, and y'all have gotten on me about this time and time again. Like when I'm working, I don't really eat. Well, this is in the past. This ain't right now. When I was going heavy, going hard with all this stuff, I was not. You know, I wanted to make sure. For me, I wanted to make sure y'all was good. Make sure y'all had food.
We had the spread, baby. We had the spread.
I wanted to make sure y'all. I was trying to make sure my actors were good first. I'll take care of myself later. But y'all get on me about that a lot. Y'all be like, don't do that. But at that time, I wasn't really eating like that. At the time, I wasn't on my blood pressure medicine either. And what ended up happening, we found out later, was my blood pressure had skyrocketed. It was in the 200s, 200 over 1 something. And so what happened was when we finished filming, and everybody kind of just did their thing. Some people went to sleep, some people went to the hot tub. We were done. So it was like, all right, we could just relax and do whatever. We had to leave the next day. But I sat down and I just felt this enormous amount of pressure on my chest, and it was just, I never felt that before. And you shouldn't do this. I went to Google and I was like, what's going on with me? And I was trying to self-diagnose myself, and it said something about if you feel like you're having a heart attack, like you feel like pending doom or pending death or something like that. And I was like, oh my God, I think I'm having a heart attack.
Like an elephant on your chest.
Yeah, it just felt real heavy. So and then our phones weren't really like, we didn't have really like
then we were flooded.
Yeah, we didn't get there yet.
Yeah.
Our phone service was bad. And then it started raining. Like it was raining that before we filmed that day, but then it was on and off. And so Kiara came up and I was yelling like people were knocked out.
Yeah, and we couldn't hear
downstairs. And then y'all couldn't hear me downstairs. So I was yelling and I was like, somebody help me. I said, y'all gonna let me die? I was just a bit when doom happens, I get really hysterical. I don't do well with crisis. So I was screaming. Kiara just happened to walk up because she had to use the bathroom. And I kept saying, Kiara, please call 911. I feel like I'm about to die. And she was like, hold on, I gotta go pee. I don't think she understood or comprehended what I was trying to say. But then I was like, I was able to call my mom eventually. And so then Kiara finally came back and was like, she called 911 and she got everybody together, was saying, hey, we need to get Carlton to the hospital, whatever. So then, yeah, it was flooding. It was flooding,
but the way she came down, boy, she was cool as a fan. She came down. We still in the hot tub, chilling. We finally got Art in the hot tub.
Okay.
And we just chilling, and Ronza's sitting there doing his thing. And so she comes down. She said, okay, listen. Carlton just got sick. And we called the 911. As soon as she said it, Shay said, what? I said, wait a minute. Once she started talking, I just went on. Shay started screaming. I just started getting out the hot tub. I said nothing. Went into Jordyn. I said nothing. We getting ready to go up here and see what's going on. Everybody jumps out. But yeah, we just hated to see you. Like, we couldn't hear you. That loud hot tub.
Yeah. It was, like I said, it was real scary. And
you probably just was exhausted.
I was exhausted.
We were on location.
It was on location. It was a
yeah.
lot. It was a lot going on. And so we eventually. It's funny now, but when the paramedics pulled up and it was like, okay, y'all, we're gonna have to wade the water.
Mm-hmm.
And I was
basically, literally, people, literally.
We had to wade the water, and I was like, and so they was taking me to the ambulance because, like I said, the way they had it was so flooded that they had to park on because the cabin is at the bottom of the hill, and they had to park at the top of it. So we literally they had to wade me through the water to get to the ambulance. And it was at one point, I got so tired, I said, just leave me. I said, just leave me.
And that water was up to his thighs.
It was,
like, probably his waist,
it was up
right?
to like my stomach. It was like, it got to, I literally was like, I dipped. And it was like, no, come on, keep going. So that was that. And Shay ended up riding in the ambulance with me. And
when y'all left Nelson, poor Nelson, he said, I don't know what to do. I just don't know what to do. I feel so helpless. We just gotta go. He was just like, I don't know what to do. I feel so helpless.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah. And so all of us stayed down in the room together. We were just like, what we gonna do? It was crazy. It was just like we went to 10 years old. All these grown people, we didn't know what to do, but just wait on what, like any message from Shay.
Yeah. But I appreciate y'all for sure.
This was not in the itinerary.
It was not
at all.
But I definitely appreciate y'all though, for sure. Like I said, and that, honestly, from that point, that's what opened my eyes to like, okay, Carlton, you got to start taking care of you.
Oh yeah.
And all this right here. It ain't worth it. Yeah, you want to achieve your dreams, but at the same time, you can't achieve your dreams if you're not here to do that. Yep. So you gotta start taking better care of yourself, buddy. Yeah. So that was my wake up call right there.
Really,
for sure, 1000%. That's honestly like since that moment, even though I was continuing to do stuff, I knew I was like, okay, I gotta take a break from all of this eventually, so I can just get myself together. And I'm glad I have. Like I said, I've been going to the gym regularly now. I've been doing a lot better with my eating, and I'm actually enjoying life. Like actually being to go places and do things. So like I said, it was that moment for me was definitely a defining moment for me in my life for sure. So next project we're gonna get into. This is actually the last project. It's The Assistant.
Ooh, The Assistant. Wow.
Well, briefly before we do that, you were on the MAINE Way. You did. You played Kenyatta's sister, older sister. And then you had your short haircut then too, and it was sharp. Yeah. Loved it. I think I told you. I said, Janika, I don't want you to put on a wig. I want you to wear your hair as it is.
You're gonna let the scalp air out. Okay.
I want you to wear it as it is. Talk about your part on the MAINE Way.
I like the MAINE Way because it was that character was really wholesome to me. She was not mean to her sister, but she let her know. Said, "Listen, you can't be interrupting stuff with me and mine. Over some stuff that you and yours got going on." So I like the wholesomeness of her character.
Gotcha.
And stuff. And plus, I really like Kenyatta. She's really sweet.
Yeah, Kenyatta is bomb. Definitely for sure. Okay, now we can go into this. The Assistant. So you. I'm gonna let you talk first. Your character, you came into this. You are the friend of Michael Knowles' character. I'm gonna look up these character names, but you are his friend. You come over. You actually bringing him some mail, and Nelson's character is there, give you the googly eyes, like I'm about to take this down. When you first got the script, what were you thinking?
First of all, honestly, I was nervous to be doing anything with Nelson J. Davis. Just because he was the dude. He got all of the movies on Tubi. He got like 3,700 on, So, and I told him this. I was really honest with him. I said, I just want to let you know I've read the script. And I'm very nervous, because I knew we had our own scene. And he would just, throughout us shooting, he would always be like, all right, it's almost about that time. It's like hours away that we're getting ready to do our scene. But he's like, okay, it's almost about that time. But I really did enjoy everybody. I loved Showtime. He was so crazy. Michael's character. That scene where we were sitting on the couch. I think we did that scene about 3 times. I only wanted to do it one because he scared me that bad.
Mm.
That energy that he gave me, I really, it was really believable. I was really, really nervous with that, but he did it. But I really liked, I liked that. I didn't like the fate that was brought to my character.
So yeah, your character's name is Allison. By the way, Allie. There we go, Allie. Yeah.
I did not like, cause after my scene with my man and everything, I'm getting ready to go down and fix him some eggs and some grits and stuff, and I don't even get a chance to do that.
Mm-mm.
I was in my whole glow, pow, and I was out of here.
Yes.
So, but it was really fun to do.
Honestly, that was actually a fun project.
It was
for me. I never told you this, but that actually was a short film idea, and
really
Nelson was like, "Hey, you should think about turning that into a feature." It actually happened twice. It was with My Brother's Keeper too, because I had My Brother's Keeper. I wrote as a short, and Nelson was like, "I think you should think about turning that into a feature." Same thing with The Assistant. I had an idea for a short, and he was like, "I think you should turn this into a feature."
It was really good.
I appreciate that.
It was really good. The twist was really good.
Yeah, it was fun. It was fun to write. It was fun to put together. And even watching it, I enjoy watching all y'all. Y'all did an amazing. Again, like I said, with Michael, and he played the character D. His delivery, it's the switch for me.
Yes,
it's the switch. It's like when he's with Nelson's character with his cousin. It's like he's kind of intimidated a little bit because I guess because of their history, their relationship. But then it's like. And then when he's with Marquise's character, it's like he's sensual and like, da da da. And then, but then it's like that scene when you're talking with the couch with you, it's like you see that switch in his eye, like, I'm warning you, stay away from my cousin. I'm telling you, please stay away. And it's like, I need you to do what I say before I bring harm to you. You know what I'm saying?
And it wasn't even about his cousin. What I did love about that particular movie, and I told you, once I looked at it, I said, the D drove everybody crazy in that movie. It was all because of the D. It drove everybody crazy in that movie, for the exception of my character. For the exception, everybody went crazy.
What do you think? Why do you think? Because originally Allie was like not when trying to hit Sean. What do you think? What do you think finally made her give in to him? Which is Nelson's character.
What women usually look for potential.
Oh, okay.
I see the potential in him, and I want to have his back. So, not saying that there's anything wrong with that, but we a lot of women lean a lot on that, the potential. And he was nice to her. She had that other boyfriend.
Played by Showtime.
Yes, love Showtime. Who was not so nice. So when you get another dynamic of what a man can bring you, as opposed to what you dealing with, you gonna go, who doesn't want to be treated nice? So that's what that was. And Rayshawn?
Yeah, Rayshawn. Yeah.
He took every opportunity to show her that, he can be nice to her.
Gotcha. Cool. Well, I can't wait for you to see The Assistant too, because
I sure did want to be in that one.
Well, I'm gonna tell you. I mean, honestly, The Assistant 2 really has nothing to do with the first one.
Really,
in a way. I don't want to spoil it, but the main storyline has nothing to do with the second one. But we had to tie in some things because, it's no secret. Bird is in the second one, but she's not playing the same character that she played in the first one.
Really?
No, because her character died on the first one, so she's playing a different role in the second one. But there is a tie-in, so that's all I'm gonna give you. That's all I got.
We forgot this one.
Well, I'm glad she's pointing to DVD, y'all. We did forget. How can we forget this?
I don't know.
And it's the holiday season too. Yeah, we gotta talk about Reindeer Games. I'm so
Games.
sorry. We gotta talk about Reindeer Games, starring Kevin J. Stone and Kiara and Joshua and Risha and Janika.
Yes.
Let's talk about this. Yes, come on.
Yes.
This is our first DVD.
Yes.
This is our first DVD we ever got.
I always want to thank you so much to Carlton. First of all, thank you so much to God, and thank you so much to Carlton, because that was like a goal of mine, a dream. I've always wanted to be on the DVD. I don't care if y'all don't look at DVDs no more. I really wanted to be on one.
I honestly love DVDs, and I was excited when Maverick said that they were going to do a DVD of this, because I love DVDs. I think it's always cool to have the physical version of. I mean, digital's cool. Obviously, it's accessible, but just to have the DVD in your hand. We got a DVD of a Very Merry New Year too. So
yeah,
there we go. But yes, thank you for. I'd have been mad if we would have stopped this podcast and not talked about that. Reindeer Games, yes, our very first holiday movie.
So fun to make. Oh
yes, you played AJ. You were basically you were a friend. You were the female friend of all these guys.
Yeah.
So you were in this group and you had a crush on Rain. You have liked him for a very long time, but y'all just had that friendship. And AJ didn't really want to rock the boat. It was like, I'd rather keep the friendship and keep my love for him a secret than try to pursue something and it goes left.
Right.
And so many of us deal with that. Like, you have this connection with people, but you like, is it worth sacrificing the friendship to try to pursue something more? And you know, again, it can be said that what's life without risk? You never know unless you try, which is true. But at the same time, I think for me, there have been situations where I'm like, okay, I am attracted to this person, but I much rather have that friendship. I value the friendship, because a lot of times, even if you do decide to move forward, you know, things do go left.
But if you're friends, you can come back from that.
I don't know. Some friendship, some relationships is too far gone. I think for some it depends on how the foundation of the friendship is. Okay. I think that depends on that. If you don't really have a good solid friendship foundation, I don't think you can go back to just being friends. I'm talking about I'm not talking about sneaking around every once in a while, having we get a little itch and like, let me go to my friend real quick. No, I'm talking about you are strictly friends. Like, there's no touching going on. So I think it depends on the foundation of the friendship. Honestly, but again, like I said, there been. But I'm gonna say this, Janika. There are people that have been attracted to. I said I'm not gonna move forward with. I'm not gonna say anything. I'm just gonna keep the friendship. And years later, I'm glad I did, because you see stuff. You're like, you know what? Nah, we couldn't be in a relationship.
You're just like, Oh, I see you. Okay, I'm glad I didn't.
Yeah, let's just be friends, because I feel like if we were to move forward, we would not be talking at this day. We would not be talking at all. So, yeah, it is true when they say hindsight is 20/20.
Right.
So that is very true, and I'm glad I listened to that intuition. So, but I also do feel that if that attraction or that feeling is really strong, you should pursue, because you never know what can happen. Yeah. And that's what happened with AJ. She got her man. Finally, at the end.
I don't know. I think that he settled.
You do?
Yes.
Oh, that's an interesting perspective. It's a very interesting perspective. Because elaborate on that.
I think that he settled because he didn't get the one that he really wanted.
Which is Kiara's character?
Absolutely.
Okay.
And he was just like, honestly, in my head, I feel that AJ was a might as well. You know.
Wow.
Yeah, might as well, because she's been my friend. She's been there for me. Might as well see where this goes. Because had Kiara's character said yes, AJ wouldn't even exist.
Well, she would be the friend.
She would still be the friend.
Okay. So you don't think Rain had feelings for AJ this whole time? You don't. Okay. You're actually the first person I've heard say that.
No. I think that she was the might as well person.
Were you thinking this throughout all filming?
No.
Okay.
It was after I looked at it a couple times, because I was looking stuff a couple times.
Yeah.
I look at it once just to see how I'm acting. Then I try to look at it again for entertainment, and then I look at it just to see the perspective of the characters.
Okay.
So I think that he found, once he said, "I see you," yeah, he was just like, well, maybe I should have pursued that, but I still think she was a might as well.
Do you think, okay, so with that perspective, Do you think she is resentful? Not, like let's look at AJ now. Like let's see where they are now. I'm going to ask you where you think Rain and AJ are. Do you think she holds that?
No,
Okay.
Because I believe she feel like she won.
Okay.
She got him.
Okay.
You know, I don't feel that she thinks that she was a mod as well. I'm just talking about me as a viewer.
Got you.
So, but I think that she just like, I got him. I convinced him. You know, he finally saw me. Because who want to be sitting up here waiting and stuff? You know, if you like somebody, because it doesn't take a man long to know if he want to go the extra mile with you. You know, y'all ain't hard at all. You know, you don't say too much. You don't say too much, but watch what you say. If he told her he didn't want to mess up the friendship, that's what it was. He didn't want a relationship with her. I think when men speak about that, when they say I don't want a relationship or I don't want to get married, the 2U is usually silent. You know what I'm saying? So men go after what they want. He wanted Kiara's character.
Okay.
I think that he probably.
Let me make fuss. If she watches Kiara, call her fussing at me.
Oh, I'm sorry, Kiara.
I'm fussing at me. Like, you.
Ooh, and I don't have no time for. I don't want no smoke. Okay, Kiara. But no, I think so. I think he tried to look at other women, like with Risho's character and everything, but I think that he still looked at AJ as a friend.
Okay.
And it was like, might as well, she's my friend.
That's a very interesting perspective. I'm glad you said that. Speaking of Risho, that whole scene when it was revealed that her character was getting paid to be with him was hilarious to me. That was.
She still wanted her money too.
She still wanted. So am I still getting paid?
Okay. I know that's right. Give me what I don't work for.
That scene was funny. That scene. Everybody in that movie was hilarious. I had fun making that movie. The dinner scene when Rain went on them dates. Hilarious. Just all the women. Chantel, my sister, Monica, Faith. Sharmika. it was that. Like I said, that whole entire movie is funny to me. It was like I said, it was my first time doing a holiday film. I don't know if you know the origin story or not, but the original title of the movie was called Love Games.
Oh,
and
I didn't know that.
Yeah, it was originally supposed to be like it had nothing to do with holidays. It was literally supposed to be about the synopsis was there, but there was no Christmas at all involved in it. Wow. And his name wasn't Rain. It was something else. I think it was Terry or something.
Was he still a DJ?
Yes.
Okay.
He was still a DJ, but there were no Christmas elements in this film at all. I was shooting, getting ready to record a podcast. It was me, MAINE, Sa, was getting ready to do Fire and Ice, and Maverick called and asked, "Would you be interested? How would you feel about turning your script into a Christmas movie?" Because I already sent them the script, and was ready to move forward. And they said, "Well, how do you feel about we're getting ready to start doing holiday movies?" And it was like, how would you feel about turning the script and adding some Christmas elements to it? I said, of course, let's do it. And so, like, honestly, Reindeer Games actually began, and they said this when we did the VPN 20th party. I was a part of the beginning of holiday movies for Maverick.
Wow.
So that's a little history lesson for people who didn't know that.
That was a fun movie to shoot.
It was fun.
Oh.
It was fun. I had fun doing that. I definitely had fun doing that. I was nervous again because it was my first time doing a holiday movie. We had to get the tree and all the decorations and stuff and everything. But it was definitely fun to shoot. So with that said, when you talked about your viewpoint, where do you think Rain and AJ are now? Like they do have a son. We saw that at the end of Reindeer Games. Rain did say we need to work on baby number 2.
Oh,
so where do you think Rain and AJ are now?
They got it. They got probably 2 more kids after that.
You in this 4. It's you in this 4th thing.
Gotta have some people to ride with, you know. But I just really think that maybe, just maybe, he's sticking around because he feels like he owes some type of loyalty to her. Because I can't hurt her. She's my friend. Because you'll hurt whoever over here, but you won't even hurt your friend. You'll hurt your family member before you hurt your friend if that's a good friend to you. You'll risk that, you know. So he probably is sticking with her because he has some type of loyalty to her.
Wow, very interesting. Do you think we also saw at the end of the movie, of course, after everything went down with Joshua's character, we saw at the end that, of course, Rain is still real tight with AJ. Of course, that's his girl now, but we with AJ and Donald and Carlos's character, and we saw Joshua's character outside looking like, oh, like a lost puppy. Do you think that Rain and Joshua's character, do they think they ever mended their friendship, or do you think it's like, all right, I'm just done with that?
I think it took some time, but they eventually mended it. But it's not where Joshua's character is hanging out. It's just like, you know, don't die. You know, we'll still be there for you.
So they're cordial.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, like, you know, I don't have nothing. I don't wish
No
no
ill
ill
will. Okay.
But we good over here.
Got you. I mean, that makes sense.
Yeah.
That makes sense. I mean, that happens with a lot of people. There's a lot of people like, I was like, listen, there's no beef. But as far as us hanging out like that, nah, we good over here.
Yeah, I'm a we good over here woman. I got so many we goods over here. We good over here. Oh, no, we good over here. I believe in the we good. The we good posse. That's what we are over here.
I love it. I love it. Well, Janika, thank you so much for this conversation. It was definitely great. It was very good. Very good going down memory lane and everything.
No
This was fun. This was very fun. Is there anything else that you want to add before we close out?
I do. I just want to say that thank you for that part where you had me shoot the guy and then told the children to clean it up.
Okay,
I really wish I could have played that whole thing. Baby. First of all, I would like to say that the SistAhood 1 intro was my favorite intro because Carlton surprised us. He said, I want y'all to send me y'all pictures of y'all when y'all were little. And then once you didn't tell us why. And then once we did I remember when I first saw SistAhood and then you see our baby pictures come up before you see us as adults. I was just like, I got real emotional with that. So, oh gosh, now I got to pay bills. But that part where you had me stand in for the lady who shot, I guess that was her husband or whatever.
So she's referring to Bondage. You are playing the madam.
I want it. Ooh,
and so basically you're shooting Bond and Jamal's daddy. So
in front of them,
you're in front of, but you're shooting in front of Jamal and Lorenzo. So it's a whole thing. You gotta watch Bondage to get. It's a whole web going on. But yeah, so yeah, you played the madam. And so you enjoyed that, huh?
I did. I did. And once I went back, because I was standing in, you know, and Carlton called me. He said, you got a black wig? I'm like, you know I do. And he said, can you come into this house or whatever? So I was working at Butler High School. And right after that, I went right over there. He said, I just need for you to do this, 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 and this. And that's what I did. And when he put it all together and sent it to me, I said, yo, because the kids weren't there, y'all. They were not there.
Nope.
And
Kenny wasn't there either.
No, nobody. It was just me.
It was just you by yourself.
And so once he sent me the clip, I was just like, man, you heard me killing somebody in front of some children and then made them clean it up. Boy, I wanted some more of them roles, though. I love a good villain. I love a good villain.
Yeah, so we'll actually see that scene again in the final season of Bondage. We actually see it again. So
I loved it. I showed it to my coworker, Miss Butler. Miss Butler saw that, and that whole day she did not speak to me at work.
Wow, why?
Because she was just like, you shot. I said they weren't even there. It's acting. They
literally weren't there. It was literally Janika by herself, and Janika by herself. Kenny shot his scene by himself, and the boys shot that scene by themselves. It was all. Everybody was not. They were not in the room together at all.
She was at work. We were at work. She worked front desk, and I showed her on my phone. She said, and that whole day, every time I came out of my office, she.
That's crazy.
Yes.
Separate the character from the actor, people.
And see, and once I learned that, I had my premiere, my viewing of SistAhood 2, before we got started, I went and introduced myself to like the people that didn't know me. Said, hey, I just want to let you know, hey, thank you so much for coming. I'm Janika. That made a difference because after they saw the movie and really wasn't feeling Jordyn too much, they were able to separate. It was just like, you know, my homegirl Treva, whose house we were at, she said, that's not Janika for real. They said, well, we know, you know, because we already met her. But it was crazy. I went on just set the precedent and say, you know, that's not me. You know, this is a character that I play.
Right.
But I do like her because she stands up for herself. You know, she don't care about that. I wish I had a little bit of Jordyn in me a lot of times. Sure do.
Well, speaking of, again, y'all can definitely check out SistAhood 1 and 2 on Peacock, Tubi, Amazon Prime, Roku channel, all that great stuff. And yeah, just be on the lookout for some more greatness from Janika L. Ivey. I'm sure she got some more stuff coming down the pipeline, so be sure to follow her and all that great stuff. All right, guys, that is it. I'm Carlton, and this is VPN Chat. See y'all next time. Peace.